Welcome to my video, How to Market Seminars and Workshops, Part 1, the messaging before the marketing. In this video, I'm going to share with you the foundational elements to get ready for marketing your seminars and workshops. We're going to talk about your value proposition and also creating the messaging that you're going to be using in your marketing. Let's go. All right, before you start marketing your seminars and workshops, you've got to get clear about the messaging that you're going to be using. And that means getting really clear about the audience that you're seeking to attract. Your messaging, think of it as like a siren song out to the world that's going to touch the people that are right for you and call them to you. And so we want that messaging to really be juicy and compelling and to really resonate and land with those people. So the first thing you need to do is figure out who those people are. Once you know who your ideal audience is, and let me parenthetically say here, ideal audience is the people that you want to move on to the next level and work with you in an even deeper way. So once you know who those people are, you got to get clear about what problems they're facing and what they need, especially what they think they need. So I like to divide this part of the exercises into 3 parts. The problem they know they have and admit, the problem they know they have but don't admit, and the problem they don't even know they have. So that helps you to identify the 3 core pieces of messaging that you need. So you want to lead your messaging with the problem people know they have, and you want to address the problem that they don't talk about, which means that you lead with the thing that they want and they need, but then you talk about how they feel about it. For example, if you are doing a business seminar about how to make more money in your business, then you want to lead with, hey, do you want to make more money in your business? Do you need more leads? Do you need to market more effectively, etc.? But you want to also talk about, hey, isn't it hard to sometimes get leads? How does it feel? Do you feel like sometimes you're trying a lot of things and nothing seems to be working and it's really frustrating? Then you want to switch into the problem they don't even know they have. So that's where you can start to enlighten people in your marketing about some sort of blind spot. So the messaging that you want to come up with has got to be juicy and compelling. So I'll give you an example. I used to do workshops about personality type and Myers-Briggs. And those didn't get filled up very much because I didn't do this work that I'm helping you do right now. I would just put it out there like, come to my Myers-Briggs workshop. Here's the link to sign up. It's $97. It wasn't until I really started to think about, okay, what's the problem that Myers-Briggs personality type testing solves? Well, it solves the problem of people not really understanding how they're perceived and also not really understanding how to be perceptive with someone else. It solves the problem. Myers-Briggs helps you see your strengths and gifts and weaknesses and preferences and also helps you understand other people more effectively. So I put together a workshop called You're Not Crazy, It's Just Your Personality. And one of the key pieces of value proposition was you're going to discover how you drive people crazy and what to do about it. So what I did was I shared with people, hey, there's a blind spot. There are areas of your life where you are blind and you are driving people nuts, and I'm going to show you what it is. People really wanted to understand that. So that was much more compelling than just, hey, discover more about your personality type. If you are liking this video, please click the like button and please subscribe to my channel. You can also shoot me a comment below and let me know if and how this applies to you. Once you have your clear value proposition and title, you'll want to nail down 3 to 5 really good bullet points that you're going to use everywhere. You'll use them on your website, in your email marketing, in your social media. These 3 to 5 bullet points are the sub outcomes. So you have your big outcome, and then you'll want to have certain smaller outcomes that all roll up in the bigger one. So for example, in my Myers-Briggs workshop that I shared earlier, you could make one of those bullets, clearly see your areas of strengths and weaknesses and understand how to work with them and around them. Another sub bullet point could be understand yourself and others more deeply so that you can work more effectively and be more influential in your relationships. So these are bullet points. These are sub outcomes that are really juicy and compelling that you're going to use throughout all of your marketing, which we'll talk about exactly where and how to use those in part 2. And one thing I always like to do is use some sort of illusion to a blind spot that they don't even know they have. I know I mentioned this point earlier, but I really want to drive this point home. If you can find something that's like, discover the unconscious things you do that drive other people crazy, those types of bullet points are really exciting and compelling for people, and often are the reason that they sign up. So before I sign off and lead you into part 2, I do want to share a little story about the value of doing this work up front. I created a seminar back in the day called Communicate Powerfully Without Being a Bitch. And that title and that messaging was responsible for not only filling a whole bunch of workshops, but to this day, 13 years later, people still come to me and say, hey, didn't you do a workshop about how not to be a bitch? People remember it. And there are people that have signed up for my workshops today because they came to one of those workshops 10 or 12 years ago. So doing this sort of messaging and groundwork for your marketing is the gift that keeps on giving. Take the time to do this work, and then I will see you over in part 2.